Here we have two students, Samantha and Robert, both deeply talented, curious, and gifted children. Still, there is one thing that really distinguishes the two. Samantha enjoys school and performs well, whereas Robert usually gets frustrated in school and his teachers regularly complain about his behavior and low grades. How can this be? Well, first of all, it demonstrates that being gifted doesn't equalize high performance. Actually, the mode of giftedness and talent by Gagne shows that there is actually a lot in between: an enriching environment, personal traits and goal management abilities, and the development space for growth. Let's look a bit closer at Robert and Samantha. What exactly distinguishes the two? Siegel and McCoach, two researchers from the United States, point out three characteristics that define motivated, gifted children. They have a supporting and nourishing environment, they have valued the outcome of a task or the activity itself, and they have confidence in their own abilities and self-confidence. Based on this, Siegel and McCoach proposed 4 strategies to enhance motivation in gifted children: task value and meaningfulness, self-efficacy, environmental perception, and self-regulation. Let's dive a bit deeper into each of them. Gifted children might find it difficult to engage in school tasks that they are not interested in. A common question teachers and parents hear a lot from unmotivated students is, "Why do I have to learn this?" Here are 2 ways parents and teachers can deal with this question. First, help students to see beyond the intimate task and explain the long-term benefits, which they might not see yet. For instance, learning about geography might be boring sometimes, but it is necessary and helpful when planning your vacation, listening to the news, or even planning your future career. Explaining the purpose behind the activity and how that might help them in meeting their needs and interests is essential in order to attach meaning to the task at hand. Second, increase the joy and involvement in the task itself by offering choices. Gifted children are often characterized by high intrinsic motivation and persistence, but mostly for topics that they're interested in. As a parent, teacher, or educator, make sure you identify these interests and offer the students ways how he or she can approach a task. Important side note, in order to increase engagement with the task, make sure you create the optimal balance between challenge and skill. The task should be challenging, but not discouraging or frustrating for the child. This can be done through active reflection, good communication with the teacher, and feedback on the progress. Self-efficacy refers to the belief of having the ability to succeed in a task or situation. It develops gradually over life and is important in order to feel self-confident and in control over the situation. However, some gifted students have quite negative self-efficacy beliefs throughout school. We interviewed Dr. Sylvia Rim, a psychologist and director of the Family Achievement Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio. She states that gifted students often go through the first years of school quite easily. Teachers, parents, and peers are excited and praise them for receiving good grades. These kids barely make the experience of making mistakes or not receiving the highest grade. As such, they might incorporate these experiences and expectations from others into how they view themselves, being smart, perfect, and right. In fact, according to Dr. Rim, many gifted students are perfectionists, which can largely interfere with a positive sense of self-efficacy. Students might only engage in a task if they expect to exceed well in it. That is also known as a fixed mindset, in which intelligence is considered to be static. Failure and criticism are interpreted negatively, and students perform under their level of achievement. So, what can be done about it? As a teacher and parent, make sure you praise the effort instead of the outcome. Tell them that the harder they work, the smarter they will become. This helps them see intelligence as a trait that can be strengthened, just like a muscle. Moreover, you could tell them about talents and successful people who have moved on despite rejections or failure, like Steve Jobs, Steven Spielberg, Oprah Winfrey, and Albert Einstein are just a few to name. Basically, what this does is create a growth mindset, in which challenges and criticism are used positively for nurturing their learning progress and thus results in a greater achievement. Finally, gifted students also develop a more positive self-concept as well, because they don't identify with the outcome but are happy with what they've accomplished given their effort and abilities. Often, underachieving gifted students perceive their school negatively. When they feel that their talents, gifts, and interests are not appreciated and fostered in the classroom, low motivation or disruptive behavior might actually be a way to cope with this environment. Gifted students need an environment that can be trusted in which they feel their efforts are supported. Teachers, but also peers, play a very important role in helping gifted children in reaching their full potential. One possibility is to offer special courses or pull-out programs where gifted students are grouped together. First, you as a teacher can better address the needs and talents of gifted children. Second, as they are usually perceived as different, group classes might help them to feel more alike and accepted by their peers. Another possibility is to enhance cooperative learning in heterogeneous classes. That provides the opportunity for gifted children to help their classmates. However, be careful you don't over-expect from them or make them take over the job. Researchers conclude that both teaching methods work out well for gifted students in fulfilling their social needs. However, they are more challenged and perform better academically when put in homogeneous classes. Finally, an empathetic and sensitive teacher-student relationship is crucial. As a teacher, be attentive for the emotional, social, and cognitive needs of your students. Make them feel that they are seen, understood, and that you are available whenever they need your help. Self-regulation plays a major role in academic achievement in gifted students. It is the ability to monitor and control your emotions, setting and achieving goals, self-control, and being flexible. Children sometimes naturally develop this already by being around self-regulated adults, getting enough exercise, sleep, and eating healthy. In gifted students, effective studying skills often lack. They have difficulty setting appropriate goals because they are not challenged enough or face social and personal issues. The good news is that self-regulation can be learned. You, as a parent or teacher, can be an important role model, but also actively support the kids in acquiring these skills. Help your kids in how to learn to set plans and goals, minimize distraction, and moderate the process. Feedback from your side is very helpful here. For instance, let your students be a little scientist. Here's an example we got from Mr. Here, director of Talentia School in Switzerland. In chemistry class, he provides his students with several unidentified substances. His students will have to tell them apart by doing experiments on them like melting, burning, or smelling. With the assistance of their teacher, it requires the students to work out a protocol and how to investigate. The great thing about this example is that it leaves the kids the freedom and responsibility to set goals and develop strategies, note mistakes, revise things, etc. Thus, feedback and self-regulation are important means along the way. A positive side effect of this is that it boosts their self-efficacy and increasing social skills when working in groups. Gifted students not only need to learn how to regulate their study behavior, but also their emotions and cognitions. According to Petra de Can-Bernard, a specialist for gifted education, gifted students are highly excitable and experience intense thoughts and emotions. They can easily turn into a mental chaos. As a teacher, take your students seriously and think of ways that help steer their energy correctly. Here's an example. If children get distracted in class by their thoughts and emotions, let them write them down on a little post-it note. Then they can review it later when there is more time. That helps them organize their ideas and to be focused during class. Another great method is to teach them how to calm down and check in with their feelings. Yoga, sports, and creative activities are some easy and effective methods to implement in the curriculum. Playful and physical activity permits a calm mind and relaxation of the body. Also, it provides the means to release stress in a way that's not purely psychological, but also physical. What's important is that you know the child and together think of activities that work best for him or her. Taking it all together, there are many ways in which you can actively help gifted children to discover their gift, be motivated in class, and positively develop academically and personally. We hope you got some inspiration from this video and can start implementing them in your class right away. Good luck!